here, back at you with another video. Please make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe button's over here. Make sure you hit it. What's up, other motorcycle guy? Let's see if we can not get this car to fucking run us over. So I want to talk to you guys about something that's kind of been bothering me lately. And let me throw this disclaimer out here. This isn't to start a beef on YouTube. That's the last thing I want to do. I also needed to throw a disclaimer out that I'm actually setting up and I'm trying out a new audio setup, and I moved the position of my microphone. So I'm hoping that it'll be good and it won't be too loud, too quiet, or whatever. So yeah, bear with me if it sucks. But I was literally making a motovlog earlier and my whole audio setup just fell apart. Like literally, like everything unplugged itself, and I had my brand new $50 fucking audio mic extender piece in my hand on the fucking freeway. And I was like, oh shit, that's not good. So yeah, bear with me. So I decided to come out here to the country and do my lake trip, my lake route, because it's about to be rush hour and I don't really want to be around people, and I've done too much city riding lately. City riding is not what I like. I like country. So I want to talk to you guys about owning up to your own fucking your own mistakes. I want to talk to you guys about that. So I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch more YouTube than I watch Netflix, TV, really anything else. YouTube is literally one of my main entertainment sources, and I really like a lot of things about it. You know, number one, it's always new. Well, a lot of it's new content. We have a lot of creators that wouldn't normally get to talk to people, you know, and like a lot of people, you get to hear a lot of different voices and stuff. It's very unique. I really love YouTube. And one of the main things I watch on YouTube is supercar channels. I love Daily Driven Exotics. I love Stradman. I love Deal Convergence. Probably in that order are some of my favorite channels on YouTube. Like motovloggers. Like I watch motovloggers. I love motovloggers. When a new Bear Von Grumble video goes up, I like fucking shit my pants. I'm so excited, right? But I have to say something. I've been watching some videos and I've seen some fucking people get busted by the cops. And I'll be totally honest with you, they got busted by the cops, and some of them are doing some pretty fucking shitty things, you know? And at one point, you just go, like, you gotta own up to your mistakes, dude. Like, you know, sometimes I'm out here and I don't ride slow. And I typically don't put me riding fast on camera. I don't, because it sets a bad example. And it's not what I'm all about. I'm not all about fast riding. I'm about chill riding. I'm about enjoying the road and enjoying the ride and relaxing. I'm not about, you know, being a street Rossi, as I believe that's a cycle cruiser term, you know, cycle cruiser term. I got a little respect for him, but I've seen some people, and namely, I had to just say it out of just straight up honesty. I saw it on a Daily Driven Exotics video, and it really turned me off of Daily Driven Exotics. And these guys were some of my favorite YouTubers, man. Like Damon and Dave and Oliver, they're some of my favorite YouTubers. They really are. Their personalities are fucking fantastic. But they were out there on a video with their boy Houston, who owns this ridiculous company in Vegas that fucking rents out all sorts of exotic cars. And Houston was kind of guilty of some very minor traffic infractions. And what he ended up doing was he honestly just treated the cop like a dick, and he got those infractions enforced on him at the highest extent of the law, on the end of no discretion used whatsoever. Police officers have this thing called discretion, where you can find your own solution to the problem, is basically how I look at it. You know, like, the law only says you have to do, you know, this and that only a certain amount of the time. A lot of the other time an officer can use discretion, and it depends mainly on the person. Their driving history and their attitude is whether or not discretion gets used or no discretion gets used whatsoever. their boy Houston comes out, and he's in his Bugatti Veyron, like multi-million-dollar car. Like he's rolling around in a car worth more than most people's homes, worth than the vast majority of people's homes, worth more than what an average American will make in their fucking lifetime, right? Cool, good for you, dude. And he's like 30 years old, maybe. Like, I mean, if that. And he's fucking rolling around hella baller. Good for you, man. But I'll be honest with you, he treated this fucking trooper like a fucking dick, and he fucking got what was coming to him. Like, straight up, you got what was coming to you. You fucking... There's a point where you need to actually take ownership of how you speak to a police officer. You know, like, you can't sit there and talk to a cop like they're an asshole and expect good things to happen. Like, it's just not gonna happen, dude. So, man, like, so Houston does, like, nothing, right? Like, I mean, he basically does nothing. Like, he's trying to get over, he honks at the cop to let him over, which is kind of a dick move. I mean, if I was getting over in traffic and I honked at you for me to enter your right of way, I mean, you'd probably be like, wow, well, that guy's a fucking dick. You know? I mean, honestly, right? Like, so Houston does kind of like a dick move in traffic, which is actually an infraction. Like, if you actually look down on a lot of laws, using your horn for anything else but like a more emergency warning signal is actually a traffic infraction. So he gets busted for an infraction, and this cop decides to just give him everything that he can. And it's like, troopers are people too, but troopers are very serious people. Like, you have to treat them with as much respect as you could possibly muster. And Houston didn't really treat him with any respect at all. And he got fucking the book thrown at him. Every little thing that trooper could find wrong that he was doing, he found wrong, you know? And it's like, Houston was like, he raised his voice with him. He sounded like an angsty teenager. Like, you sounded like a fucking 15-year-old girl. Fucking be like, all right, Dad, come on! You know, like, you can't do that. You have to be nice to people. Like, this is the adult world. You gotta be nice to people. And, like, Houston got arrested and put in the back of a cop car. And, like, when the cop initiated the traffic stop and told him to pull over, Houston, like, accelerated quickly into the fucking side, you know, like, just showing more disrespect and more aggression. Like, you know, like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you can't do that, you know? So, the cop went from probably just saying, you know, what are you doing out here? You know, don't drive like an asshole, don't honk at somebody when you need to get over, when there's no reason to honk, to getting arrested based on his attitude, you know? And, I don't know, like, I guess I understand it from people that really don't understand the cop world. Like, I understand the, like, oh man, that cop's a dick. But you have to own up to your own mistakes, dude. You really do. You can't fucking treat a cop like an asshole if you want to be treated well. You know? Like, that cop probably would have given you a fucking break if you would have been like, I'm sorry, man, my bad. You know? And that's all you really need to do most of the time, is just fucking be a normal person. Cops are normal people too. You're, you know, trying to fucking convince them that you're a normal fucking person. Don't be an asshole, you know? Like, straight up. And, like, I don't know. Well, that was only like half my issue. Like, half my issue came with how Houston acted. And, like, I know at one point, Houston was put in the patrol car. And I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna fucking just go on both sides of the spectrum. Like, I see everybody's as positive as and negatives. I see everybody's side and everything. Houston's probably like, what the fuck, dude? I barely did anything. You know, like, I get it, but at one point the cop was trying to close the door, and either the cop, there's a blind turn right here, you gotta be careful, okay, so at one point the cop was putting Houston in the back of his patrol car. He was arrested at that point, he was done, right? Well, he either put Houston in too quickly and didn't let Houston get all the way in, or Houston was purposefully keeping the door from closing, and then the cop kicked the fucking door closed, you know? That was very aggressive on both parties' parts. Like, either Houston did it, either way, it was very aggressive on both parties. So you had these two people that are basically not acting like adults going like this, butting heads. And it's just like, honestly, when you're out there and you're working, you gotta be nice to everybody, but then you gotta expect the same respect back. And when you're an asshole to a police officer, you can't expect somebody to be nice to you. You can't expect that officer to be nice back to you. Like, when you're an asshole to your significant other, do you expect them to kiss your ass when you're done? You know, I hope not. I hope not, because then you probably have like some kind of domestic violence situation going on. You know, that person doesn't deserve to be treated like a dick either. You know, and that's only like half my issue with it. The other half went with Damon and his followers, like, all fucking roasting the cop, and it was just like, I don't know. That cop may or may not have been too much. I'll probably be honest with you. I think he was a little bit too much, but he was too much for a reason. He wasn't made to be too much for no reason. Like, there was a reason for him to act like that, you know. Do I think it was professional? No, not really. Not for the most part. Did that cop need to fucking kiss his ass? No, absolutely not. A police officer's job is not to sit there and kiss your fucking ass. A police officer's job is to enforce law and make sure people are safe, you know? And then, so everybody's just like ragging on this fucking cop for being an asshole and all this shit. And it's like, to be honest with you, like, you guys have no idea about anything. You guys don't know anything about anything. Like, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, he did break the law. It's an infraction. Some traffic infractions are misdemeanors, which means they're arrestable offenses, you know? And that's the discretion that Houston could have enacted if he would have just not been an asshole. Is, yes, some of that might be a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor is arrestable, or you can give somebody a citation or a warning. And that goes back to the discretion that I was talking to you guys about, you know? At the other hand of things, you could have just not been an asshole and gotten that discretion and maybe gotten that verbal warning, or you could have just been an asshole and got arrested. And that's really what when discretion comes into play, is how you're gonna fix the problem, you know? And like, I don't know, man, like, he's being a dick, and then everybody's just jumping on the fucking Houston bandwagon, like, oh man, that cop was a fucking dick, and fucking, what a fucking pig, and all this shit. Fuck you guys. You guys have no idea about anything. You guys have no idea. You know, like, I'm not gonna bash you guys. I'm not gonna bash you guys at all. I'm not gonna bash his fans. I'm not gonna bash him, because I still like the channel. I was literally just watching the videos and just had this idea to make this video. But I mean, I have a lot of respect for them still, but you guys still don't know anything about public safety whatsoever, you know? You don't. And you gotta be a fucking adult around cops, or you have to expect the consequences. And that goes back to a lot of things that, you know, Daily Driven Exotics does, is they do fucked up shit, and then they fucking, you know, they're surprised when the cops fuck with them. God, that lake is fucking gorgeous. This is gonna be a slow-mo. But like, Daily Driven Exotics, I mean, they break the laws a lot. Like, I mean, they break the traffic laws a lot. And, you know, I think that just goes along with having a supercar and shit, is that you're gonna break the traffic laws, because, I mean, you could probably break every speed limit in first gear. I mean, it's just like having a super bike. It's really hard to keep everything, you know, within the law. It really is. I understand you guys. But at the same point, you have to understand, with your actions comes consequences. You know, like right now, if I were to fucking get pulled over by a cop for going whatever. You know, like, let's just say I was speeding right now. I'd be like, okay, man, my bad. You know, straight up, my bad. Like, I don't got an excuse for you. You know, whatever you want to do. You want to fucking give me a citation, give me a citation. Like, you know, it's not the fucking police officer's fault that you were a dick. It's not the police officer's fault that I'm driving like an asshole and got a fucking citation. Like, it's not his fault, and it's not his job to kiss my ass. You know? And I guess that's my main point, is just fucking do your shit. Do whatever fucking makes you happy out here. But you have to expect, if you fucking cross paths with a cop, that they're gonna enforce a law that you're breaking, you know, and just be nice. The best way to get out of a ticket is just to be nice. You know, I've been pulled over by a trooper before, and I've been pulled over by a trooper. The details were, I was pulling onto an on-ramp, and I was going really fast. You know, I was on a different bike at the time. I think I was going like 17 over the speed limit. You know, typically getting onto the freeway, people go 10. I was going a little bit double what normal people go over the speed limit. Of course, this was in Mexico, and, you know, none of this was enforceable whatsoever. But the federale, you know, I was like, oh man, I'm sorry. I mean, these things just, they go fast, you know, and sometimes you just, a twist of the throttle, there's a difference between, you know, going the speed limit or not. You know, my bad. And you know what he did? He's like, yeah, man, I get it. He fucking gave me a verbal warning. I didn't even get a written warning over it. Like, he was cool as fuck. And that's because I treated him with fucking respect. I treated him with fucking respect, and he returned the favor. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes, is just be cool with them, and they'll fucking return the favor. So anyway, guys, that's Paramotor back at you. Please make sure to like the video. Please make sure to subscribe. Throw me your comments. I'll fucking listen to your cop story. If you guys got a cop story that you want to listen, that you want to air out, like straight up, you know, and I'll throw in some of my fucking thoughts to it as well. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Deuces.